First and foremost, I would like to just point out that you are just 31% of companies in the construction-related industry as a whole that takes the mental health of its workforce seriously. For that, I want to congratulate you and to say thank you as well. Workplace mental health is both incredibly complex and yet, in my eyes, very simple. Running a business is ultimately about focusing on the bottom line, and mental health is a fundamental part of that. You are responsible for a lot of people from a variety of backgrounds and experiences. Yet you're not therapists, counsellors or experts in any kind of mental health. What you are wanting to achieve is to give all your employees the best possible working environment that will support them both at work and at home, with the knock-on effect of increasing overall productivity and profitability for your business as well. So why is it so important to take a deeper, more strategic approach to workplace well-being? Look, the real crux of creating good mental well-being is that it is uncomfortable. It's somewhat boring and relentless. It is a day-to-day drudgery of putting effort into building good habits, tolerating a lot of discomfort, listening to your mind and your body and getting to know your emotions better, confronting uncomfortable realities and accepting imperfections. No matter your background, no matter your experiences and past traumas, no matter your current environment, any kind of emotional pain tends to be manifested through behavioural issues. And it is those behavioural issues that cause the employer the most problems. Things like lateness and absences, substance abuse and alcoholism, poor concentration, bullying, anger issues, lack of motivation, loss of productivity, consistent mistakes and errors. You can't change your employees' lives for them. You can't go into their homes and wave a magic wand and create some nirvana where they all go to bed with smiles on their faces and wake up with a spring in their step as they bound energetically into the workplace. But you can help them to help themselves. And you can remind them of this every single day until it starts to become a fundamental part of the very nature of who and what you are as a business. If you're trying to get physically fit, you wouldn't do a few days of putting in 150%, then miss it for a few days and then start again, then stop, then beat yourself up for not sticking to the plan, then self-sabotaging by mainlining donuts, and then promise to start all over again on a Monday. And repeat, and repeat. And believe me when I say you only end up getting fatter. And believe me, I've experimented many times. However, setting realistic goals, leaning into the discomfort, celebrating every tiny achievement, absorbing those habits into your everyday routine, being persistent in being consistent will reap changes and results which will be more permanent and deeply rooted. So getting mentally fit is no different. Actions and goals need to be achievable and sustainable, the result of which will compound tiny bit by tiny bit over time. So why is this so important for your business? Well, first and foremost, embedding a culture that engenders resilience and emotional intelligence has a deep and long-lasting impact on your employees' overall motivation. A happier worker is a productive worker. They feel valued and heard. They have a greater sense of purpose. They feel as though they are progressing. And this feeds into reducing rates of absenteeism and presenteeism, improving retention and uplifting motivation. The better an individual understands and knows themselves emotionally, the more they have the knowledge and skills to help them power through struggles, as opposed to falling at every fence. If you think back to the compounding effect again, Raising one employee half an inch 1 week might not have a huge immediate impact. But raising all employees half an inch a week on week, will move mountains. One of the lesser considered impacts of poor mental health is the risk of litigation. Although there is no specific legislation that demands you have to have wellbeing resources in place, discrimination around mental health issues is complex and open to interpretation under the Equality Act of 2010. Demonstrating that you have a proactive and dynamic solution will be indicative of your desire to commit to fulfilling your duty of care and minimising your exposure to various claims. In short, studies indicate that you can work towards a return on your investment of anything between 4:1 to 9:1. So the challenge is to train as many of your employees for as long as possible, as cost effectively as possible. And we do that by creating a can-do environment through the CAN app. We do this by being proactive rather than reactive, by reminding every single employee to check in with themselves every single day, by teaching them important aspects of building resilience in bite-sized snackable nuggets every single day, by encouraging them to participate in activities, no matter how seemingly small and insignificant, every single day, by giving every single employee in every single location the same motivation and energy towards building strong resilience every single day, by contributing towards a gradual shift in culture and attitude every single day, by building emotional intelligence and breaking down the stigma brick by brick, permanently and irrevocably every single day. Now, there may be some who don't want to participate, who think it is all nonsense, who don't want to get involved, and that's to be expected. There will always be a waxing and waning of commitment. But in time, even they will be picked up and carried along by the wave of others. They would have to try very hard to ignore it. Because don't forget, this is not therapy or fluffiness or soul searching. This is good, hard, fact-based training and upskilling. Encouraging people to understand this over the course of time is part of the stigma breaking process. Where you win out is through persistency and consistency. Those who need help now will grab hold of it and champion it through the organisation. Others may be fine today, but find it invaluable 6 months down the line. Some may take everything they can for it and use it with the loved ones at home. And the beauty of an app-based approach like this is that it will, in turn, give you lots of lovely data to help you track fluctuations of the company mood as a whole, which will help you plan for the future, build in incentives where appropriate. It will also highlight anomalies so that more proactive action can be taken to help resolve a problem if needed. The consistency of the training and the messaging every single day will be like a comforting hum in the background. Workforce well-being will not peak in steep waves and dive like the COVID curves we've all come to get used to following. Rather, it will be a gradual, gentle incline which will plod on unexpectedly and unexcitedly every single day.